Welcome, everyone, to Raising a Generation of Winners. I'm Jessie J, and I'm here with Emily Carter, Jessica Moreau, and Michael Thompson. Today, we're diving into something I get asked about a lot: how to parent on purpose. Like, what does it actually mean to be intentional as a parent instead of just reacting to whatever's happening right in front of you?
It's such a crucial distinction, Jessie. In my work as a child psychologist, I see so many parents kind of bouncing from crisis to crisis. The shift to intentional parenting means thinking ahead, setting real, purposeful goals for your child's growth, not just hoping things turn out okay or waiting for problems to pop up.
Exactly. I just had a consultation last week where a couple was feeling overwhelmed and basically stuck in firefighting mode with their two kids. We sat down and started talking about their core family values, like, what do you actually want your kids to remember about you? What strengths do you hope they develop? Once they put those guiding ideas down on paper, you could see their mindset shift. Their whole approach at home became clearer and calmer because they knew what they were aiming for.
Yeah, and to add on, when you parent with purpose, you show your kids that who they become isn't a random accident. It's all about how you show up, right? And I think sometimes we forget to ask ourselves those real questions, like, am I raising the kind of adult I'd like to be around? Or will my child know how to make decisions when I'm not there?
I love that, Jessie. Intentional influence isn't just about big, dramatic moments either. It's built out of the day-to-day stuff, mealtimes, how you handle setbacks, even what you celebrate together. I usually encourage parents to stop and ask, what message am I actually sending right now, even in small interactions? Because those are the bricks that build self-esteem and that inner motivation in a child.
And I just want to add, parents can get a bit anxious thinking they need everything mapped out, but it's more about staying mindful in the moment and reflecting on your deeper why every now and then. Even little course corrections make such a difference over time. Speaking of those daily interactions, let's talk about positive discipline versus punishment, because people mix them up all the time. Discipline really means teaching self-regulation. It's mentorship, not just correction. Punishment, on the other hand, tends to focus only on consequences, not on learning.
Totally. I always say discipline is about showing kids the how and why behind decisions. And, well, that rarely happens when a kid is just sitting in timeout, with no conversation after.
Right. I had this family come in. Mom was exhausted. The little boy was acting out constantly. They'd tried every consequence in the book, but nothing was sticking. We started focusing more on natural consequences. So, like, he'd forget his homework and actually have to talk to the teacher about it. Or he'd spill juice and help clean it up instead of just getting a scolding. Suddenly, the whole vibe at home changed. The boy actually started taking responsibility, and the house felt less tense.
That's so important, Emily. When families move away from that quick punishment cycle and toward positive discipline, you see a shift. I recall one family. For years, it was all about taking devices away or grounding the kids. Eventually, they tried coaching through problems, like talking through what went wrong, how to make a different choice next time. They started treating missteps as learning opportunities, and man, did the relationships improve. The kids weren't afraid to make mistakes, and the stress just, melted away.
And honestly, it's about empowerment. Instead of, I'm punishing you because you did this, it's, how can we make this right? What's a better way next time? Natural consequences, positive reinforcement, and just taking a few moments to talk calmly can totally shift the kid's attitude. I've seen it myself, especially with my work in mentoring. Kids rise up when they feel coached, not controlled.
So true. It can feel weird at first, but when you catch yourself about to correct your child, try switching to a coaching mindset. Ask them, how could we handle this differently together? You might be surprised how much that builds their inner leader, not just their compliance.
That brings us naturally into the way families communicate, the so-called secret language of high-performing homes. It's not just about what rules you set, but the way you talk about them. and how you support each other on the daily stuff, not just the big issues.
Absolutely, Michael. I remember this community event where I was coaching a young girl who got into this spat with another kid over a game. Instead of jumping in to fix it, I knelt down and just started asking her what she wanted her friend to feel at the end of the day, or how she could solve the problem on her own. It was all about language, using questions that helped her choose leadership, not just obedience. She totally surprised herself by coming up with a kind, creative solution.
That's the crux of good family leadership. It's less, I told you so, and more, let's figure this out together. When you model that kind of collaboration, you show your kids how to lead by example. And honestly, that sticks a lot more than lectures ever did. The way you talk to each other, encouragement, curiosity, even saying, I don't know, but let's learn together, all that sets the tone.
And you know, it's not about coddling either. It's about coaching. Like, when a child faces a setback, instead of swooping in to save them, reframe it as a learning moment. Hey, this is hard, but what can we try next? Encouraging decision-making instead of micromanaging. Even letting them struggle a little, within reason, obviously, helps them build resilience.
Yeah, like help your child see that mistakes are chances to grow. The more you encourage their independent problem solving, the stronger their leadership muscles get. And honestly, it doesn't mean you have to be perfect at it. Just willing to keep showing up, keep communicating, and keep cheering them on as they test those wings.
That's a great place to start winding down. Everyday conversations matter, not just the big dramatic talks. If you model leadership, focus on intentional influence, and approach discipline as coaching, you're putting your kids on a path to real resilience and leadership down the road.
Absolutely, Michael. So as we wrap up, remember, raising everyday leaders doesn't mean you have to have all the answers right now. Just keep making those small, purposeful choices and celebrate the progress. Thanks for joining us today.
It was great to chat with all of you. And if you're listening, keep those questions coming. Every family's journey to leadership looks a little different, and we're here for it.
Couldn't have said it better. Keep nurturing those leaders, everyone, and don't be afraid to do it your way. See y'all next time.
I'm looking forward to the next episode. Take care, everybody, and don't forget, you're raising tomorrow's role models today. Bye now.